Moving on to chemicals next. This is the handling and storage of them at the leisure centre. So starting with lifeguards, they use chemicals to clean the pool and around the pool area, as well as when they're not on duty at the pool, they clean everywhere in the leisure centre. So where the chemicals are stored, they have to lock the door when the chemicals are not in use, so that members of the public can't just go in there because of the dangerous chemicals that are there. The door also has a sign on it saying what's in there, so that people know. When they're using the chemicals on the floor, it's 9 times out of 10, well, it's always going to be mixed with water, so they have to make sure they have wet floor signs down to avoid any slips, or try their best to avoid anybody slipping on it, and to cover themselves as well in the case of a lawsuit. And they'd also have to dilute the chemicals with water before use, because if they were using it around the pool, people won't have shoes on there, so they'll get chemicals on their bare skin, so it has to be as dilute as possible, just to make sure. The gym staff have a very similar system as that, except it's being used in the gym instead of around the pool. The duty manager's job is to make sure everybody's trained properly, so they know how to use the chemicals, and they also should oversee the usage. So if they see somebody using chemicals, they should make sure that it's been diluted, the door's been locked when they put them away, things like that. And again, when they're using the chemicals, they have to use the same system. Nobody else other than that uses the chemicals, so I'll go on to the reasons why these things are done. It's due to COSH, which is the Control of Substances Hazardous to Health. It's a piece of legislation that just says that chemicals must be locked away, etc. It ensures the safety of visitors because, like I said, if they're around the pool in barefoot and there's chemicals on the floor, they could damage their skin if there's a chemical there. Following COSH also covers the leisure centre legally, because if they were to leave the door open to the chemical room and somebody got in and hurt themselves, that could be a lawsuit. The door must be sealed with signs just to warn the visitors and also the staff as well what's in there. Inside the actual room, the chemicals must be kept in cabinets, like metal cabinets, and this is in case of chemicals mixing and they may cause an explosion. A wet floor sign, obviously, is just to warn the public, and that also covers them legally. If someone were to slip, they could say they did everything in their power to warn people that the floor was wet. And it's the reason the duty manager oversees the usage of these chemicals is that it's his or hers responsibility to ensure the safety of the public and the staff as well.